Hi, my name is Craig Wilson. I'm with the ZENworks Backline Support Team. Today we're going to discuss tracking your FDE deployment status in ZENworks. This is not a feature that's built into ZENworks, but can be achieved simply using bundles. The bundle only needs to be assigned to the device. It does not actually need to execute on the device. Everything is handled through the use of system requirements built into the bundle. So I have a sample bundle here with a few different system requirements. The first one checks for the process % of encryption progress. If it is at 100, that means that the device has successfully encrypted the hard drive. The next one is operation in progress. A 0 means a decryption process. A 1 means an encryption process. That means that the device is still in the state of being actively encrypted. If it was 0 for some reason, that means a decryption state is taking place. So I know if it passes the first part that it is fully encrypted and is actively encrypted. And the first two checks are all that are really required. However, you can optionally add the second set. The second set is to handle the scenario where a policy is not assigned to the device. So you want to add this if some of your devices have an encryption policy and some do not. So what it does, it first checks to see if a policy is assigned. And if a policy is not assigned, and that is missing, then it's not going to treat it as an error. It's just going to go, hey, there's no policy assigned, it's not a problem. But it has one additional check where it checks the version of FDE installed. Because if FDE is not installed, it will not detect if a policy is assigned or not. So this is going to check to make sure that FDE did successfully install, but the reason there's no policy is just because it's not assigned. So all we do is we now go ahead and assign this to perhaps your workstation's folder. And when they refresh and upload their status, you can track that in the dashboard. And so in my case, it's a new bundle. So none of my devices have not checked in yet. 2 are passing system requirements, but 1 is not effective. So we now know I have a machine where something appears to be amiss, and FDE is not operating as expected. So I can go here and see there's system requirement failures. So the encryption process doesn't, so now what we're going to do here is now I could click on the device and remote control it to help troubleshoot it. In this case, it's actually the device I'm on and the reason it's failing is because it turns out that the progress % is not 100. It's not an actual failure, but I changed it from 100 to 101 manually to replicate some type of failure. So let me just go back in here, change this so it's now 100. I'm going to refresh my device. And to speed the progress along, I'm just going to tell my device to roll up its bundle status to the server. And now I'm going to go back here to my dashlet and tell it to refresh. And bingo, now all my devices are effective. And if I want to generate a report, I just go up here, click on Export CSV, and I will have a CSV file that I can then use to check the status. So here is an earlier one when I had a failure. So I can go in here, and if I had Excel, I could import this into Excel. But so, and then here, and I could use this to generate a report for my not affected devices. And that's really all there is to it. I will attach a sample bundle to this article. And as a reminder, since the second set of requirements are totally optional, and they may be confusing. So if you go into requirements, if you want to remove the second set after OR, you can do that. But if you start getting false positives because you have a lot of devices that aren't even assigned an FDE encryption policy, you add this back in, and so that way only devices that have active FDE policy associations will throw errors. Thank you for your time. Bye.